Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm going to be chatting through all the books that I would like to read in the month of September. September is definitely a slower month for me. Magical Readathon is over, which is sad. I am just obsessed with Magical Readathon. So I'm hoping to just kind of read some big chunkers and just mosey on through September and work on a few side quests for Aurelium Academy. And I have a video idea planned, like a fun little video idea planned, and I have some book club reads. So let's get into it. So first of all, a humongous book that I'm reading that I don't think I'll be finishing in the month of August is Eldest by Christopher Paolini, which is the second book in the Aragon series. I am currently like 100 pages into this, but I'm hoping to have a decent amount of this read before the end of the month. But this is counting for the dragon riding license prompt, which is part of the supplementary opportunities for Aurelium Academy. So I'm hoping to read this and a graphic novel in August. Like, I won't be finishing this in August, but like I hope to read a decent chunk of this and just finish it up in September and count it for that dragon riding license, because I know my character, she needs this. Moving on to books that I'd like to get to, I still have 3 books from my word search TBR for this quarter to read. So September is the last month of the quarter for the books that I picked. So these are the last remaining ones that I need to read. So the first one is Moon of the Crested Snow, which is a horror novel, I believe. I have the audiobook downloaded. I am so ready to read this. I'm in such a spooky mood. So really looking forward to reading this one. And then we have the final book in the System Divine series, which is Suns Will Rise. This book is so big, I need to switch arms. So I just love this series. It's a YA sci-fi series, and I really love that every book has a recap at the beginning of the book. So it recaps everything that happened previously, which I truly need. So I will be finishing this series. Like, I'm hoping to just blast through this book. I again have the audiobook for this and I'm ready. The last book of word search TBR for the quarter that I still need to get to is The Edge of Being. I kind of have a feeling I might DNF this. Like, nothing against the book. Like, I'm not going to DNF it. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But I just feel like this is not what I'm really into anymore, which is YA and like figuring yourself out in your teen years. I'm just kind of not into that anymore. I'm really into the stories where you're discovering yourself in like your 20s, because that's where I'm at, and like I still don't know. So I really do hope I like it though. Like, I am not going into it with bad expectations, but I just feel like this maybe won't be what I am into anymore, but we're gonna give it a chance. The next 2 books are books that are part of Aurelium Academy, which is Magical Readathon. There are 2 things that I'm still working on reading-wise for Aurelium Academy. So the first one is the Adventure in Aldea quest. So every single month besides April and August, there has been a reading prompt, and you get a total of 100, I think it's 100 guild points at the end of it all. So I'm definitely going for that. So for September, the prompt that I'm going for, which the adventure is that you pick your own adventure, like you're picking what you want. I went ahead and picked the path that will lead me to what I want in the end, which I know is probably not what G intended for that to be, but I already knew what I wanted, like reading the bottom and like what you get. I want an owl cat. Like, are you serious? Of course I do. So I picked the path that leads to that. So for September, the book I need to read next is a romance, and I am craving this book so much. And that is Payback's a Witch by Lena Harper. I did not realize that this is a series. I am really excited about that. Like, 4 books of witchy romance. I'm here for it. So I truly don't know much about this one. I believe we follow our main character, who's a witch, and she's returning to her small sleepy town where her magic lives, and she has not had magic in years. She doesn't use it, and she's kind of lost the ability to use it, and I think her small town is like calling her back or something for some reason, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's just absolutely calling to me right now. Like, I am just living for the spooky vibes. So this is for the romance prompt. And then there is a side quest for Aurelium Academy, which is the alchemy side quest. I've made a decent chunk of the way through that, and also Payback's a Witch will be for a prompt in that, but I went ahead and again kind of planned out what I want to read. I didn't go too far, but I'm up to the point where I picked Payback's a Witch, and then I went to the next prompt, and then the next prompt was to read a book that is recommended to you, and I went to Amazon, and it says top picks for you, and this book was on the list, and I'm like, well, I did recently get this book, and I would love to read it, and that is The Wishing Game. I truly don't know too much about this book other than it's a competition story, which I love, has something to do with books, and a mansion, and an inheritance, and those are just all buzzwords for me. So, really looking forward to this one, and it's super short, which I also appreciate, and I'm kind of in the mood for some shorter things, but it's also fall, so I'm kind of in the mood for big, chunky fantasy, so I'm just kind of all over the place, which is not new. Moving on to book clubs, I do have 2 book clubs that I try to participate in. I mean, one of them I have to because it's my in-person book club, but the other one is Catch Up Book Club, which is run by Becca from Becca and the Books. I adore Catch Up Book Club, and I'm really trying to stay caught up with them because the books that we're reading are quite chunky, and I haven't enjoyed the last 2 months worth of books, but I'm hoping this next one will be good. So I believe this book we're supposed to read for July and August. I didn't read it in either of those months, and that is Best Served Cold by Joe Abercrombie, which is the first book in a new series that is kind of a spin-off of the First Law trilogy. I believe we're following characters who are descendants from the characters in that first series, which I think will be really interesting. I just hope it's better than that series because book 1 was great. The second 2 were terrible. So I'm really hoping this one brings me kind of back into the story and back into this world. The audiobooks are all on YouTube, which I so appreciate. I don't love the audiobooks. I think they're fine, but I think I will listen to them to kind of help me get through the series. And the live show, I'm assuming, will be happening at some point in September. So if I can at least get it read in September, even if it takes me the whole month, I might just chunk this book out. But if I could just read it, that would be great. And then I'll watch the live show once it's available. And of course, the other book club that I'm a part of is my in-person book club, who I adore. So our pick for the month is The Blonde Identity by Allie Carter, which I almost bought the other day. And then when it was the next person's turn to pick, she picked this, and I'm like, I'm so glad you picked this because I almost bought this. And so I finally got an excuse to go buy it. So I did. So this reminds me a lot of Finlay Donovan, which makes me very excited. But we follow our main character who is suffering from amnesia, and she wakes up, and apparently she is the identical twin sister of a rogue spy, and she has to team up with a rugged, grumpy operative to stay alive, which sounds like a great time. I'm really looking forward to this one. Rom-com-y, grumpy sunshine. It sounds great. The whole amnesia thing sounds really interesting as well. Just love this cover. It sounds like such a fun book, and I'm really excited. And besides my usual content of wrap-ups and TBRs, and of course, weekly reading vlogs, I am trying to sneak in some more themed vlogs, and I'm shooting to do one once a month if I can, and I'm trying to do that. I was successful in August in doing that, so I'm gonna try again in September, and the book I'll be reading is Girls and Their Horses. I am really excited to read this. I almost screamed at work when Amazon recommended this book to me. I'm like, Amazon, you got me in your pocket because this is exactly the kind of book I am thinking about and have been wanting and have been waiting for somebody to write. So you'll hear my thoughts in that vlog. I'm not gonna say what that vlog's about, but I have been kind of hinting about it throughout my videos, so you'll just have to wait and see. And the final book on my TBR is just one that I really want to get to, and I don't know if I can because all these books are quite large or are just a lot to read, so I don't know. But I do really want to read Fourth Wing, and I do really want to make a video about this book as well because I want to film all my thoughts and annotate this book everywhere and just and answer the question, is this book worth the hype? Is this book good? Like, I need to answer that for myself. I know everybody's making videos about this book. I know everybody is answering that question for themselves, but I need to answer it for me. So I would like to get to this. We'll just see if I do, because again, this book is kind of chunky, so we'll just see. So here are all the books that I would like to get to in September. So I'm mainly going to try to prioritize the books from my word search TBR for the quarter of August through September. No, July through September. So I'm going to try to really push through those because I really want to read those because they were picked for me already. So I'm going to try to do that. And I want to know what you all think, if I should add like a punishment for not reading the books. Like, I don't want to make it to where I have to like get rid of the books or something, but I feel like I should have something to like keep me reading my word search TBR books. Like, I don't need it to be like super harsh or super difficult, but just something to kind of keep me motivated. Like, maybe it's not a punishment. Maybe I get something, a reward. Like, maybe if I finish the books on my TBR, I can buy something, or I can get some sort of other reward. I don't know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I will think on that because I think that would really help me get through these books, because I'm also kind of picking books sometimes that I may not want to read, like they're older TBR books, so I'm not as interested as I am in the newer books that are coming in. So let me know if you have any ideas. But anywho, that is going to be it for me. Let me know what you are reading in September, as I would love to know, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye!